Welcome. Let me walk you through how the Dasha Lagna in KP Astrology can help you cross check your readings. Sometimes, when you are looking at a horoscope and you're not sure about the outcome of a particular grouping, at that time, the Dasha Lagna can be very helpful. Even otherwise, it's a good idea to make use of the Dasha Lagna. It will help you reveal many secrets of the Krishnamurti Paddhati. This chart belongs to someone I have known for quite some time. So I think in 2018 he called me and casually asked me about the Ketu Mahadasha. At that time, I didn't have his horoscope. So, as a part of just a general discussion, I told him about the what happens generally when a person is going through a Ketu period. Ketu can bring very dramatic changes in a person's life. And then he also asked me about some remedies connected to Ketu. So I mentioned those remedies to him. It's later, after many months, when he sent me his horoscope, and then I happened to meet him in an event. Only then I realized that the Ketu Dasha has taken a toll in his married life. Let me share a few steps that will help you avoid common early stage mistakes the way that I did by casually discussing the Ketu Mahadasha. So let's call it the common early stage mistakes. Now the point that I'm sharing with you is going to help you a lot. And these things you should not ignore. Normally, I have seen many users and many even some KP enthusiasts. They just talk about numbers 2, 6, 9, 5. Don't waste your time in those numbers. The predictive side of KP astrology is very different from the Parashari, and you have to evolve a discipline of a few steps that are going to help you a lot. So one is the common early stage mistake. Always, I would say, always ask for horoscope. This is the when somebody calls you, and then always ask for the horoscope. Second is the set focus. Set focus means you have to ask that person what is bothering, what question he has. Something is bothering, some confusion is happening on that person's mind. So he or she has to share that. That's very important. It's just like when you go to visit your doctor. Okay, you just don't say that, oh, let me know what disease I'm going through. You let your doctor know that I am having a pain or a discomfort in a particular part of the body, and only then the doctor starts setting his focus. Okay, so this is very important. Set focus. I will again write this. Set focus. Set focus means you have to ask what is bothering, what kind of a question that person has on his mind. And if you look at Professor Krishnamurti's articles in his magazine and his readers, it is always about a specific question in a horoscope. There is no general reading about a horoscope. It's always about a specific question. So this is very important, setting a focus. And so that will help you set the direction for your analysis. This will avoid any guesswork on your part. You don't have to guess anything. You have to ask the person. You need the horoscope, and also you need to set your focus. So this is extremely important. The next step, very well important, is to use an event-centric lens. I think I created a couple of videos just talking about how important it is in Krishnamurti Paddhati to have an event-centric approach. So what is event-centric approach? The person came to you, now you have his horoscope. Now the person has told the query or the thing that is bothering his mind. In this case, in this horoscope, it's about the possibility of the married life going on the rocks. Okay, so is the divorce imminent? Is the separation going to happen? So now with this focus, now you got the focus that the question is about the matrimonial life. Now the event-centric approach event is about the possible divorce or a separation, legal issues, and then the reconciliation and those kind of stuff. Now you know the signification that you have to focus on. You know, for marriage 2711 is there, for separation or for the married life going bad 1610 is there, 612 is for separation, and then the role of the malefic planet. So this sets your focus, and immediately now you know you have a good handle how to move forward. Very important. Please make a note. If you take this approach, then you will find suddenly you have a better productivity in looking at the horoscope and analyzing the horoscope. So now, having said, I'm going to discuss this horoscope, and I'll show you how the Dasha Lagna is very significant, important when you want to cross check a result. Sometimes you have this confusion whether thing is going to happen or not. So at that time, how the Dasha Lagna comes to your rescue in the Krishnamurti Paddhati, that I am going to discuss. You will see how easily you will be able to answer many questions. Now this person called me in 2018. You can see the Ketu Dasha has started at that time in 2018. So let's say put our focus on the Ketu. This is the Ketu Dasha and Antardasha period. Now if you look at the Ketu signification over here, see, now you know the question is about the matrimonial crisis or the crisis in the married life, and you know the house grouping. So you have to now prepare your analysis. I will just generally discuss the 1, 2, 7, 11. Okay, this is a good for marriage, and then the 1, 6, 10 creates not good, and 6 and 12, this causes separation, right? Malefic planet in star of another malefic, and this and is important, and signifying bad houses. So this is not good. Okay, now let's look at the Ketu. You can see that Ketu over here, Ketu is a malefic planet. First thing, you know that Ketu brings very dramatic, sudden, abrupt changes in a person's life. All these things you should be knowing about Ketu, so that you can build up the whole narrative. And then Ketu is also in the star of Saturn. That's another bad planet. So a malefic planet, right? In the star of another malefic, and also signifying the bad houses. So we see already the 12 and 8, these are not good houses. They they invariably bring some kind of a issue in a person's life. Since here, we know the question is regarding the married life. So we can very easily and safely say, yeah, this is not a good period. The Ketu is not good for the married life. And if there is some crisis going on, then it's going to create some kind of a legal issues and some kind of a separation. 12th house is for separation. 8th house gives all these legal issues. And in one of my videos, uh, I had discussed that whenever this question of divorce, separation comes up, and where some legal angle is involved, then Jupiter has always plays a role over there. So you see the Jupiter here is the sublord. So when you blend all these things, then you know that this doesn't look very nice. Now let's try to get some more confidence by looking at the Dasha Lagna. So what is the Dasha Lagna? We are going to rotate the horoscope by putting Ketu in the Lagna. So for this you have to click over here on the rotate option. I created a video where I discuss all the features of this the rotate option. This is a very powerful option. I don't think you will find this option anywhere on the internet, because it gives you the rotation for the cusp and also for the Rashi, from the Rashi chart. Both are there, and it not only gives you the Dasha Lagna for all the planets, but it also gives you the rotated house charts for all 12 houses. Very powerful option, and it can really help you do some experiments. So now this is the we are just going to focus on this part. This part only. Okay. Now if you look at the Ketu over here, so you can see that Ketu is really very bad. In this chart over here, the Ketu was not as bad, but here you see it is a very strong significator of the 6th and the 12th house. So you're pretty sure that this is going to end in a divorce. And like I mentioned, the Jupiter, which is also a planet of law, is also there appearing in the sublord. So you can safely tell your client, and it's going to happen in the Ketu Dasha and Ketu Antar Dasha itself. There is no delay in this, because in the delay after that you see all these good signification are there, 11-7, and then here also you see 11-7, right? So whatever is going to happen is going to happen within the Ketu period. Let's look at the Ketu period. This is the Ketu period, which is going to be there until the July, mid-July I would say. So you can say that before mid of July 2018 there will be a legal separation, and like I said, you can build your narrative and story, and then some of the questions are going to pop up immediately. Is there a chances of a second marriage? Is there going to be a blame game? Who is more responsible? is there going to be some kind of a disagreement about the property or the custody, those kind of a thing. So let's take a look at that also. For that, you have to look at the future dasha. Ketu will give the separation. Another thing, you have to make note of it is that you see this person has moon and Jupiter in the ascendant. Always just the character sketch of a person in the Rashi chart. Don't get entangled in the Kaspal sublot. It will give you all incorrect character sketch. So the moon Jupiter gives a very nice disposition to any person, and I know this person is a very nice person. So then you can, from this combination, you know that this person is not going to create any scenes or any trouble. He will more likely go for a peaceful negotiation, and that's what happened also. And if you look at the after Ketu, then you have the Ketu Venus period, then you have the Ketu Sun period. All these are nice. They don't indicate any kind of malefic effects over here, right? So you know that this whole story will end peacefully. There is not going to be much tension in negotiations. And since immediately after Ketu, you see there's Venus is there, and Venus is very strongly signifying the 7th and the 5th house also, apart from the 3rd house, which is for the negotiation. So you can safely say that there will not be much hassle, and the legal settlement will be quick. The compromise will happen in a peaceful environment, and after that this person is likely to get married again, because if you look at the other subsequent periods, they are all very powerful from the matrimony point of view. They indicate 11th house, 7th house, 2nd house. These are all good. And even the Mahadasha, if you look at the Mahadasha, so Ketu Mahadasha is not denying. It's not that Ketu is permanently denying any second marriage. Ketu is also indicating the 7th house, 2nd house. They are also 7th house, right? So you see how with the help of the Dasha Lagna, we were able to reconfirm the result, and by looking at the future Dasha and Antar. And if you want to confirm these Venus Sun period in the Dasha Lagna, you can also confirm. You see, in the Dasha Lagna also, you see, in the Ketu Dasha Lagna, you see all these periods are good. They are not bad. So from the Kaspa chart and also from the Dasha Lagna chart, the planets are equally showing the same positive results very powerfully. So this is how you conclude, and you let the person know that this is what is going to happen. So start making use of the Dasha Lagna. I will also share one or two. That's what my plan is, but I don't know when I'm going to do that. The Sudarshan, the Sudarshan Chakra, which is used in the Parashar Jyotish, where a chart is seen from the Lagna, from the Moon Lagna, and from the Surya or the Sun Lagna. So in this section, the rotated Dasha Lagna and house rotation, you can immediately create those kind of a charts, and then utilize some Parashari principles as well. I'll share some of my thoughts when I get some chance. So that's all in this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching.